Hi there, today I want to give you 5 tips when it comes to working with the city's building department to help expedite your permitting process. Number 1, try to submit your permit application in person if possible. There may be items that can be clarified immediately in person rather than over email or phone. And it's great to build relationships with the staff at the front desk as well. Number 2, try to get the email or direct line of the plans examiner looking at your file. Often they may have an official policy to have revisions run through their front desk. But if you connect with them directly, often changes can be done via email or with a quick phone call. Number 3, ensure that you have all completed documentation and plans completed before submitting your application. Nothing frustrates a plans examiner more than having to contact you to obtain additional information in dribs and drabs. Number 4, be ready for any changes after their initial 10 or 15-day review period. There's usually no mandate for timelines on a second review, so the faster you can get the revisions back to them for the review, the faster your permit will be issued. And lastly, this next one should go without saying, but always be cordial and respectful to the staff and plans examiners at the building department, especially if you have to work with them on a long-term basis. Work through issues together instead of being difficult on every single issue, and this will ensure that you'll have a good relationship with them long term. And maybe every Christmas, drop off a nice gift basket so they remember you for a good reason.
Thanks very much for watching this video. We'll be coming out with more content like this to help you with your project, so be sure to subscribe to this channel. And if you can click that like button, it would really help us out. If you don't already have a copy of our 2 free guides, the 8-point checklist and Legal Second Suites, a beginner's guide, hop on over to suiteeditions.com and download them right away to get started on creating better homes, building greater communities, and generating lasting wealth. We'll see you soon.